Students, in this lecture we'll see what is the distinguish between unicast, multicast and broadcast transmission. So whatever is a standard Ethernet, it uses a coaxial cable, that is bus topology, or a set of twisted pair cables with a hub called star topology. Okay, star topology, which has been shown in this figure. So you can see this is with a first figure is with a bus topology using a coaxial cable. Second is with a star topology using a hub. Okay. Is it clear? Then the transmission in the standard Ethernet is always broadcast, no matter if the intention is unicast, multicast or broadcast. Then in bus topology, when a station A sends a frame to station B, all stations will receive it. In star topology, when station A sends a frame to station B, the hub will receive it. As the hub is a passive element, it does not check the destination address of the frame. It regenerates the bits and sends them to all stations except station A. So it floods the network with the frame. Then how the actual unicast, multicast and broadcast transmissions are distinguished from each other. The way the frames are kept are or drops. If it is a unicast transmission, all stations will receive the frame. The intended recipient keeps and handles the frame, rest will discard it. If it is a multicast transmission, all stations will receive the frame. Stations that are both the members of the group and handle it, rest will discard it. In a broadcast transmission, so if it what I told about multicast, all stations will receive the frame. Stations that are both the members of the group keep and handle it, rest will discard it. If it is a broadcast transmission, all stations except the sender will receive the frame, and all stations except the sender keep and handle it. So this is about the distinguish between. Next we will go for access method. Okay, access method. Since whatever is the network that uses the standard Ethernet protocol is a broadcast network, there is a need to use an access method to control access to the sharing medium. Standard Ethernet choose CSMA CD, carrier sense multiple access collision detection with one persistent method. We'll see how this method works for the Ethernet protocol. Assume that, so in this we'll assume that we'll take this figure, station A, which has been shown in this figure, has a frame to send to station D. Station A should first check whether any station is sending, that is carrier sense, it should do carrier sense. It should, okay, whether any station is sending, that is carriers. Station A measures the level of energy on the medium, that too for a short period of time, normally less than 100 microseconds. No station is sending if there is no signal energy on the medium or the signal has not reached station A. Station A interprets the situation as ideal medium and it starts sending its frame. If the signal energy level is not zero, it means that the medium is being used by another station. Station A continuously monitors the medium until it becomes ideal for 100 microsecond and then starts sending the frame. However, station A needs to keep a copy of the frame in its buffer until it is sure that there is no collision. Next, it will be discussed when station is sure of this. Okay, the medium sensing does not stop after station has started sending the frame. Station A needs to send and receive continuously. So two cases may occur. Okay, what are the cases? Two will see. Station A has sent 512 bits and no collision is sensed. Okay, sensed. That is the energy level did not go above the regular energy level. Then station then is sure that the frame will go through and stop sensing the medium. Then where does the number 512 bits come from? Come from is a question. Well, so with this, let us assume that the cable is with the speed of propagation, that is 2 into 10 raised to 8 meter. The first bit could have gone 10,240 meters one way or only 5,120 meters round trip, have collided with a bit from the last station on the cable and have gone back. So putting in another words, if a collision were to occur, it should occur by the time the sender has sent out 512 bits, which is considered as a worst case, and whatever is the first bit has made a round trip of 5,120 meters. Then there is a need to know if the collision happens in the middle of the cable, not at the end, then that station A hears a collision earlier and aborts the transmission. Then there is another issue which has to be mentioned. What is that? Is there is an assumption that length of the cable is 5,120 meters. Then whoever is the designer of standard Ethernet, they will actually put a restriction of 2,500 meters because the delays encountered need to be taken into account throughout the journey. So what does it mean is that it is considered as worst case. What is the whole idea is that if station A does not sense a collision before sending 512 bits, there must have been no collision, because by this time during this time the first bit has reached the end of the line, and all other stations know that a station is sending and refrain from sending. So in another words, what happens is the problem occurs when another station, for example the last station, starts sending before the first bit of station has reached it. So the other station mistakenly thinks that the line is free because the first bit has not reached it. So whoever is the reader, there is a need to notice that restriction of 512 bits will actually help the sending station. The sending station is certain that no collision will occur if it is not heard during the first 512 bits. Then they can discard a copy of the frame in its buffer. Okay. So in this diagram you can see this sketch represents a host. This is host. This okay of any type. This is a hub. This is a cable tap. You can see. This is a cable end. You can see a cable end. This is coaxial cable. This is twisted pair cable. Okay. Then second we'll see station A has sensed a medium before sending 512 bits. 512 bits. Okay. What does this mean is that one of the previous bits has collided with a bit sent by another station. So what happens in this case is both stations should refrain from sending and keep the frame in their buffer for resending when the line is going to become available. So, however, to inform other station that the collision has taken place in the network, the station will send a 48-bit jump signal. Then this jam signal is to create enough signal even if the collision happens after a few bits to alert other stations about the collision. Then after sending the jam signal, the stations need to increment the value of k, which is the number of attempts. Then if after increment k is becoming 15, then the network is too busy. The station needs to abort its effort and try again. If k is less than 15, the station can wait a back of time, okay, back of time and restart the process, okay. Then the station creates a random number between 0 and 2 raised to k minus 1, meaning that the collision occurs. The range of random number increases exponentially. Then after the first collision k is 1, the random number is in the range of 0 to 1. Then after second collision case 2, it is in the range of 0, 1, 2, 3. Then after third collision case 3, it is in the range of 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So after every collision, the probability goes on increasing and back of time becomes longer. So this is due to the fact that if the collision happens even after the third or fourth attempt, it means that the network is really busy. A longer back of time is needed. Okay. So next we'll see about efficiency of standard Ethernet. So how the efficiency of Ethernet is defined as it is the ratio of the time used by a station to send data to the time the medium is occupied by the station. So the practical efficiency of standard Ethernet has been measured to be efficiency is 1 divided by 1 plus 6.4 into A, where the parameter A is the number of frames that can fit on the medium. Then how it can be calculated, A is propagation delay by transmission delay. And as the transmission delay is the time it takes a frame of average size to be sent out, and the propagation delay is the time it takes to reach the end of the medium. There is one important point to notice that value of parameter A decreases, the efficiency increases. So what does it mean is that the length of the media is shorter or the frame size is longer, then efficiency increases. If it is the ideal case, A is 0 and efficiency is 1. So there is a need to calculate this efficiency. We'll later we'll see that, okay. So in the next lecture, I'll take the problem and I'll continue, okay.